Hi everyone, I hope everyone's well in these lockdown days. This is a little bit of a video for Graham here, Radio Cruncher. We were talking the other day and he's got an R500, a Roberts R500, where the dial plate, the rear of it, is starting to flake away. Now they're quite well known for that, and I suggested using a product called Klear. Now this bottle's about 20 years old and it's gone through several iterations since. I think it's now called Pledge with Future Shine, but it's essentially the same product. It's actually an acrylic floor product that's meant to shine your lino and tiled floors, and it's been used for absolutely years in aircraft modelling for doing aircraft canopies and things. I used to work in the film industry and this is what we used to use for doing very glossy shiny things. So it's much like a varnish, but it's water based, it's acrylic, and it's self-leveling, so it does have some very neat uses. It isn't available in UK supermarkets anymore like it used to be. I don't know why, perhaps they didn't sell it, but it is mightily useful for different things. So we're going to have a look at this Hacker Herald dial first. Now there's nothing wrong with this one, but I'm just going to paint a bit on just to show you. Now the first tip I would say is never shake the bottle up. It doesn't need it because you'll get all bubbles in it. So just decant a little bit into the lid. This brush is not quite wide enough, but that's the widest brush I've got at the moment, and you can see it's quite viscous. It's not terrible, maybe like a 3-in-1 oil or something, and we're going to get quite a bit on because, as I say, it is self-leveling. So all I'm going to do is just paint a bit on the back here, and it's just going to bring that gloss up, and it won't move from that. You probably can't even see it, but that's sort of what it does. It doesn't bunch up, it doesn't drip too much unless you put loads on, and as I say, the most important stuff is that it self-levels. It does give an incredible gloss. I'm just going to put it on the front. I'm going to wipe this off, but I'm just going to put some in the front. So if you've got any scratches, like around the volume knob here, where your fingernails eat into the perspex, I'm trying to get the light right so you can see, and without getting my... and those scratches have now gone. I would usually spray this on actually. And the tip is just to put quite a bit on, actually, more than you would paint. And I've just got rid of all those scratches there. I don't know if you can see that. As I say, if you put the right amount on, and it does take a little bit of practice, it'll just all level out. And it'll dry to a perfectly gloss finish. It's not really ideal to show you at the moment because it isn't quite drying, but after that's dried you can see the difference in gloss, hopefully. But if you've got a very deep gouge or something, like there's one there, you can put some on a little bit of a pin and just drag it in. And then of course you can polish it afterwards and now it's gone. There's another scratch. Again, there's another scratch there. Gone. So you can use it to your advantage in just being like almost like a clear filler. As you can see, that side now started to level out. The brush marks have gone. quite hard to see in the camera. I'm going to put that to one side because I'm going to clean it off. The other thing you can use it for is once you've cleaned all the old lacquer off knobs, sometimes, especially with the brass Robert ones or something, if you paint this stuff on, this is off a Dynatron set, you can use this instead of the metal lacquer, which has a tendency to not adhere so well. Any sort of oil spots are on there. I haven't got, here's some other knobs, and I am using quite a bit here, and that, once those have shined up, I'll probably put a bit too much on there. Let's block that off. It remains workable for about a minute. Just get any bubbles out because you won't remove those. There. So you can use it as almost a lacquer, and it, you know, it's very, very hard when it is finished drying, and it doesn't take that long to dry. I haven't cleaned these knobs, as you can see they're absolutely filthy, so that lot will get polished off anyway, but it's sticking onto the metal, which is quite important. If you were to use a metal lacquer, if there's any spots of oil, it'll sometimes just have a little bare patch there, but this stuff has just stuck down all over years of grease and dirt and everything. And that's it. I hope everyone stays well, obviously. Look after yourself. Remember all your government's advice on hand washing. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. Thanks for watching.